Hey everyone, welcome to PAX Prime. I'm Peter Brown. I'm here joined by my friend and my boss, Randolph Ramsey.
Let's not get too formal with each other.
Okay.
Peter. How are you?
I'm great, man, and I know that you got a chance to go see a game called A City Sleeps.
That's right. It's the new one from Harmonix, and it's kind of a weird direction. They sort of like popped up with this game at the start of PAX, and it's something that you normally wouldn't expect from them. So it's a shmup.
Yeah.
Which, as you know, people will know, it's shoot 'em up. A bit of a bullet hell shooter. I think we're seeing some footage of it now, and a couple of the guys that worked on Chroma, which was that shooter that the Harmonix guys were developing and talked about at the start of this year. It was going to be like a rhythm-based first-person shooter. So while they were working on that and trying to retool and trying to find out what they want to do with that game, they had a few folks do a side project. And taking a lot of the stuff that they learned from trying to do a shooter within something like Chroma into a bullet hell shooter like this, and like the two lead guys in this apparently are sort of massive fans of the genre, and as you can see right now, it's a lot of bullets on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Harmonix, and you brought it up with Chroma, but I need to know what's going on here, because they're known for their games that incorporate music and rhythm.
Yeah.
Is that a part of the gameplay itself, or is music just sort of emphasized throughout the game?
So music is heavily emphasized, because you're right, it is a Harmonix title, so they're always going to be about the music. It's not similar to anything else I've done in that you're not actually beat matching, so you're not shooting to create a beat or anything like that. So there is a strong sort of like hip-hop-ish soundtrack that goes throughout it. The level itself is sort of mapped to matching like the beats and rhythm of the music itself, but it's not actually like a specific sort of like note matching thing like you would have had in a rock band or any other thing that they've done in a recent past.
The shoot 'em up genre has a really strong following in Japan. It's not as big in North America.
No, it's not.
We had a game come out about 2 years ago called Cinemora that was made by a Hungarian studio with Grasshopper manufacturer from Japan.
Yeah.
And that was a really nice mix on the sort of shmup genre. But one thing I'm wondering is, does this game have hardcore appeal? Because Harmonix doesn't typically make games for people that are fans of shmups.
It's interesting you say that, actually, because like the two lead guys for this apparently are sort of huge shmup fans. So they did not want to actually dumb it down for more of a Western audience. So they are trying to make sure that this has the same type of appeal as like a really hardcore Japanese shmup. So what we're seeing on the screen here, I believe, is actually just on easy difficulty.
Okay.
So it will be it can get a lot more challenging. So in higher difficulties, like the boss bullet patterns will be different. And that's typical for a shmup. You see that little the blue dot in the middle of your character Poe?
Yeah.
That's actually your hitbox.
Okay.
So you just have to be really accurate with how you actually maneuver. And the thing that's glowing green right now, those are, I think, two of the more unique things that Harmonix is trying to put into this game. So Poe, she's a dream exorcist, and your main character in the game,
of course,
has access to these three sort of like ghost powers that she can deploy at any time. So one will give her health. So it's disappeared right now, but the screen before, like that green thing that was sort of like pulsing, would give out pulses of like green that you can catch to boost your health. And another one is like for attack, and another one is like boost your defense. So you can sort of switch that out on the fly, and you can see the sort of the menu just popping up around her. You can like choose which ones that you can actually you want to do to deploy. So we're seeing a boss battle now, and I got to say, Peter, I'm not a huge shmup guy, so you're much more familiar with the genre. Like from what you're seeing here, like is it really evocative of lots of Japanese titles?
At least in terms of the danmaku, like the curtain of bullets, as it's sort of referred to. Like, yeah, you definitely have those elements, and for an easy mode, it's pretty interesting. I'm curious to see how the hitbox is going to change.
Yeah.
I'm assuming if the game is on a higher difficulty setting, that hitbox is going to be a little bit larger.
Yeah.
But as it is, yeah, I mean, it does seem to have the elements that you'd look for. It is a little bit unusual in that you can move anywhere on the screen and fire in any direction, but that's sort of an interesting element. It's curious to see what Harmonix can do with this, because they're fans of the genre, but it's their first time doing it. But I think they might bring something really interesting.
And what's really interesting too is the development of this has been quite unique, I guess, for the studio. So they're trying to do a little bit of a Double Fine type thing, in which they've all broken off into smaller teams, trying to iterate really quickly, trying to come up with game concepts, and just seeing what actually sort of flies and sticks and what's got appeal. And this is the first one really that sort of utilizing that new model. Okay. And it's coming out to PC and Mac via Steam.
Any dates in mind? Do you know yet?
No, I think they've got a date for October. I don't have the exact date, but we can sort of update that with later.
All right, well, that's City Sleeps by Harmonix, coming to PC and Mac pretty soon. Stay tuned to GameSpot.com. We have a whole lot more PAX coverage on the way.